Hello and welcome to another end of the week update. Let's talk about Bitcoin and let's talk about anything else that we see in cryptocurrency or in the markets. All right, so this is the end of the week. Let's see what's happening with Bitcoin. What did we see last week? What did we talk about? So we can clearly see over here that we're still in a very strong uptrend, but you can see that the trend line has been broken. Last week we talked about the 4-hour chart, how we had a small triangle and how the triangle has broken to the downside. We were predicting it to go to the upside because there was a lot of momentum, but there was not enough bulls, there was not enough buying power to actually make the transition to the upside. All right, so if we take a look at the 4-hour chart over here, we can see what happened last week. We can clearly see that there was a triangle formation on the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. We can clearly design here with our own eyes. We can see that this is the triangle formation right here. You can see that it broke to the downside. This was actually a fantastic move if you can do shorts, if you know how to short sell an asset. This was a perfect triangle breakdown. I have seen a lot of triangles, and every time a triangle breaks, usually it will make to its final destination, which is the measure move. So let's see what we see right now, and let's see if the move has ended or we should see a little more downside. So as you can see here, the triangle has broken to the downside, and I love this kind of move where the triangle breaks, it goes back to the top of the triangle or the break point, and then makes another downturn. Well, we're seeing some support. We found some support around the 50 area. Why? Why is the price retracing at this level? Well, there are some nice resistance around this point. So you can see here that around the 50 level, there is a strong resistance. The price has in the past retraced from these levels. What are we talking about? Look at here. The price hit this point and then retraced back. The price hit this point and retraced it back. So after the triangle broke out, this place has stopped, also has gone to the upside. Now, what are we talking about? Should we see a move to the upside, or should we actually see some downside a little more? Well, every triangle is seen that has broken has gone through its measured move. So what is the measured move of this triangle? So if we do a measured move over here, we're talking about $7,000, $7,500. So let's make it even, about $7,000. So if we take a measured move over here of this triangle and we take from the downside and we put $7,000 down, so this is about what I was telling you last time, which is 48,000. So we still have a little bit more to go. So 48 level, 47 level should see something that we should expect. Now, is this certain? Well, if we take a look at what's happening right now, you can see that there is some trend line that is happening right now, and you can see that this is likely to continue. If we make this new trend line over here, you can see that the price is retracing right now and is likely to hit this trend line here before it goes back down. So my bias is that the triangle will go down and you will complete this measured move, and most likely it's going to hit the 48 level. So we should hit this top of this trend line and then go down. There's a little bit of a up momentum over here, but this is what we're talking about. So if we take a look at the daily chart, we can clearly see that the trend line has been broken to the upside. So let's remove all these lines over here. And we see in a very granular way over here what we're talking about. All right, here's the trend line again. I'm going to design here the trend line. Take a look at it, how it has broken down over here, and some people may have drawn differently. So I like to go bare naked over here and talk about line charts. So candlestick is great, but look at the line chart. If we take a look at the closes, you can clearly see that the trend line has been broken. Now, if we're looking at this last week, or if we're looking at it right now, could you have predicted that this was going to go to the downside? Could you have predicted that there is some loss in momentum? Well, I like to look at the MACD. If you look at the MACD diagram in the back over here at the bottom of the chart, so you can see that this is a mountain over here. There is a smaller mountain over here. And what's happened with the price? So the price is kind of continue to go up, but it's kind of losing its momentum. And you can see here that the MACD is actually showing a divergence. So that means the momentum to the upside is clearly decreasing. Now, I still think that there's a great potential for us to hit the end of the year with 100,000. We're only March, and it has made a significant move, massive move to the downside, sorry, to the upside to 60,000. We're only March, so there is a ton of potential to still go to the upside, and a little bit of consolidation, you know, shouldn't be not bad before we make some other moves. Now, I'm going to show you another chart over here, the ADA and the Cardano. Why do I like the ADA and the Cardano? Well, the Cardano over here is a stock, is a cryptocurrency that I hold. I have bought this in several levels, and I'm holding it for the long term. I'm not a financial advisor, so I don't advise anybody to buy or sell. I show you what I'm buying, what I'm holding. And here's what I'm talking about. So if I compare on the right side, this is the price of Cardano right now. You can see that there's a double top going on with the second top a little bit higher than the second one on the left, right? So this is what I'm talking about here. This is the left, and this is it. So if you know about technical analysis and patterns, what is a head and shoulders? So let's look at the left over here and see what happened with Dash in 2020. Look at what happened. These charts look almost identical. You actually form what? This is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. And this is a measure move. It's about 70 to 75% chance that this move is going to complete. This is a short selling opportunity over here. So if we're talking about measured moves, like I talk about the triangle, if this head and shoulder over here breaks to the downside, so the price is about 88, we're talking about let's say $15,000 over here, just $15 for the Dash to go to the downside, if it is to go downside. And if you would go to the downside, you're talking about 15. So we're talking about the price hitting about the 70 level. So let's see, in the past, last year, the Dash completed this move. He broke to the downside, and look at it, he hit the 70 level. So this was a measured move that happened. Now, what happened afterwards? The price hit the measured move, and then hit 70, and then it skyrocketed again to the upside. So you can see that the chart went skyrocketing for Dash. Now, are we expecting to see this for Cardano? This is what I am doing. This is what I'm going to do with Cardano if the same thing happened. So we're talking about here, this is a possible left shoulder, this is a possible head, and this is a possible right shoulder formation. So if this were to break to the downside, what kind of move are we talking about? So if we just eyeball over here, this is a measure move of about 35 cents for the Dash, for the Cardano to go down. So if we take about $1 and minus 35 cents, you should see that the price should go around 75 cents. So am I going to sell? Am I going to hold? What am I going to do with Cardano? Well, if the price hits 75 cents, I like Cardano. I see a lot of potential. I'm holding it for the long term. I'm going to buy some more. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.